Happy creative stampers. Happy stamping Monday night stamping. There we go. I was like, got my words all twisted. Oh, look at all these people joining early. Luana, Mallory K, Anna, Joyce, and Allie. Thank y'all so much for showing up tonight. Yes. Excuse me. Kay, I did. And who else said something about it? Looks like I had a lot of fun in Vegas. Yes, I did. Oh my gosh. You all, that is one of the coolest things about being a Stampin' Up demonstrator are the conferences. Stampin' Up spoils us. We did not know we were going to get to see Love Circus Olay until like when they loaded us on the buses. They told us they had something special planned for us on Saturday night, but they didn't tell us what it was. And not only did they buy the tickets for us, they gave us t-shirts. So the entire audience, we were all in these turquoise aqua, coastal cabana colored t-shirts that said love. And it was amazing performance. You know, it's the Beatles songs, but it was like interpretation with dance and lights. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But then of course the conference was amazing. We learned so much stuff about being leaders, and I hope that I'll take all this stuff that I learned and then be a better leader for all of you. But our next conference is in March and it's in Houston, Texas. So if you thought I had a lot of fun, come with me in March and we're going to have a lot of fun in Houston because Stampin' Up sure does know how to put on a good party. All right. We are the last Monday of the month. So we're doing Paper Pumpkin time. For those of you who subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, I like showing you how to put the cards together because sometimes the picture tutorials are a little confusing. And this month, there really is something that I have to show you, and we're going to change it so that it's a better card. Anyways, let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, those of you who are just finding me for the first time, my name's Kristina Reese, and this is Creating with Kristina. I come live on Monday nights, and I usually do some kind of a tip or technique to share with you. But the last Monday I do Paper Pumpkin. I put the Paper Pumpkin kits together. And then on Wednesday mornings, we have card challenges. By the way, there is a poll in the Facebook group. I really want to change my Wednesday mornings because I just don't have that many people participating. And so I'm thinking I need something else that you all want, instead of me just doing card challenges each week. But there's a poll in there for you to take and give your opinion. Okay, and then what else do I want to say? Oh, next month's Paper Pumpkin. You got to see this. Okay, so the kit itself is going to be these little note cards, but they also have gift boxes. So gift boxes and note cards. Then there's an option to add this beautiful notebook. And I have the notebook right here. So let me switch over to that and make this large. There we go. Actually, let me switch to this setting. There we go. Now you can see me. So it's a full size 8.5 by 11 spiral notebook. And what I'm going to do with it is in September. So you can get this now. This is for September's Paper Pumpkin. But if you're a subscriber, you can go ahead and order the notebook now. And it's in the Paper Pumpkin shop, or in the new, if you click on new products, it'll show up there. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to use these thankful props. And every day in September, I am going to write down what I am thankful for. And I'm going to decorate it with the stickers. There's 2 pages of stickers. And then it's just full, it's regular size spaced lined. That's it. Regular line notebook. But of course you could use the notebook for anything, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can never have enough spiral notebooks. I love them. So that's next month's. And it comes with this little clip too to hold your place. Okay, so that is next month's Paper Pumpkin. This month's Paper Pumpkin, however, was Meaningful Flowers, and there were only 2 designs. So we only have 2 cards to put together tonight. I'm going to show you how to do that. But one is the Forget-Me-Not and the other was the Lotus. So they're meaningful flowers. And I think it's really cool. Let me get out the supplies here. And the Forget-Me-Not card has the meaning of the Forget-Me-Not on the back. It says love, devotion, and memories. Small, delicate forget-me-nots remind us to never forget the people we love. When you give someone these sky blue flowers with yellow centers, it represents a promise that you will always remember them. It also represents your hope that they will always remember you. So that's what the forget-me-not has. And then the lotus flower, hold on, let me pull that one out. It's me. Whoops, nope, that's not the card. Hold on. It's meaning the lotus flower, strength, resilience, and wisdom. Long received in cultures around the world, the lotus flower is beautiful, strong, and pure. As the sun rises, the lotus flower emerges from dark, murky water with a miraculously clean flower. At the day's end, it closes and descends back into the water, ready to repeat the process the next day. Did you know? I did not know that about the lotus flower. Awesome. All right. Also remember to put questions in the comments. If you have a question in the comment, put a question mark next to it, because I see Mallory's right here. It says, can we choose more than one item in the poll? Well, Mallory, no, I marked it just for one so I could get an idea of what to do. But if you all think I need to let you choose more than one, I guess we could do that. I can change it. Okay, that's a good question. All right. I'm not seeing any other questions. Sherry says she has a thing for spiral notebooks too. I love it. I love new notebooks. Okay. So the first thing on putting our paper pumpkins together, and if you don't know what a paper pumpkin is, this is Stampin' Up's card kit by mail, but it's not always cards. Sometimes it is, like next month, it's note cards and treat boxes. But it's usually some kind of card, because that's what we're known for, cards. And this one is called Meaningful Flowers. August 2023, and you always get adhesive. So they have the tear and tape here. They also give you embellishment. There's twine and there's some clear dots, epoxy dots. They also have the dimensionals. So all that comes in the kit. Then of course you get everything that you need to make the cards. You get the card base. You get, let's see, let's put all this together. Here's the card base. You get the pieces to put on the card. So they've got some vellum on this card. Let's see the vellum, it's see-through. They have the laser cut tags here for you. They have the dies already stamped and colored, and you just punch them out. So the dies are already done for you. It's a great kit for those of you who, like quick and simple cards and everything's done for you. B, they're really great for people who don't have a lot of room to store supplies, because the supplies are all little, like the ink pads are little. And the stamp sets are nice sizes. You know, you can keep these in like a little index case box, you know, an index card file box. They're that little. And sometimes you get something. So these envelopes, look how pretty these envelopes are. More than that, look what's inside. So you could open these up and not use them as envelopes. You could use the designer paper and create other cards with this. So and then here's the water lilies here. So you could cut those up and have even more supplies to make cards, card bases, card layers, and more dies. All right. So that's all of the stuff. And it comes with an ink pad always and a stamp set always, of course, also. So this one actually came with 2 stamp sets. It was the extra gift. So there was an extra stamp set in the gift, and because you usually only get one. So that was cool. So they always like to surprise their customers. All right. Card number 1. How do we follow these instructions? Okay, the first thing you have to do is turn to the page where it tells you everything you need for each card. So number 1's card, you need one of the flower dies. You need the stamp, Your Friendship is Unforgettable. You need the card base. You need the ink. You need the little banner. You need some dimensionals and tear tape. You need some twine, and you need a block to put your stamp on. Now, the block, it comes with the very first kit. So you just use your block over and over again. Okay. But I find it's helpful to have multiple blocks and multiple sizes, because the stamps can be really, really small, and having a smaller block keeps it easier to handle in your hand. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these pieces together, what we need for each card. So we need the card base, and we need let's see, let me move the envelopes. We don't need the envelopes. We need the die. We need the stamp. We need the ink. We need the banner. Okay. We need the dimensionals. We need the twine and the tear tape. All right, so let me pull those out of the bag. The twine and the tear tape. There we go. Love it. And of course, these little Ziploc bags are so nice too. When you're finished with the consumable, then you have these really nice little Ziploc bags for holding things. All right, who do we have? Oh my goodness, we got all kinds of more people here. Awesome. Hello, Rose and Mary and Vicky. Good to see you all. Elaine. All right, pull out my dimensionals. And these are clear epoxy dots. I like epoxy dots. I think they're awesome. And another Ziploc. Now that I've got all those together, actually, I know that these oh goodness, okay. There. This part I'm going to need for all the cards. So I'm just going to keep that up there. But this part, these three pieces are for just this card. And then we'll come and do the Lotus one next. So what you do now is you find the instructions for card number 1, and that is right here. Okay. And number 1 has some pictures here. It has a picture of the ink block. It has a picture of the stamp on the block, and they inked it. Then they stamped it onto the banner. So we've got our thing, we've got our ink, and we've got our banner. Now, here is a tip. You need a tip. See this ink? This ink is called Versamark. It's a nice, clear, sticky ink. And these stamps, for some reason, more so than the ones in our catalog, come with this like residue on them that causes the ink to bead up, like there's some kind of an oily residue on the stamp. So we found that when you stamp it into the Versamark, that stickiness helps hold the ink. All right, so here's my ink. And now I can put the ink on there. There we go. And, whoops, it's upside down. Okay. Your friendship is unforgettable. Awesome. So perfect stamp. And close all these up now. Put that to the side. All right. The next thing tells us to put dimensionals at the top, in the center, and at the bottom. And we're going to be, now this is where it gets kind of confusing, because when I open the card up to that side, I see this over here and I'm like, well, they don't have that over there. So, but they do down here. Okay. So don't let it confuse you. This is the inside of the card. Now let me get the dimensionals. So they're right here. And we want, they said to put 2 at the top. Hold on. Let me move that out of the way. Yeah, so they have 1 here in like this little area, and then 1 here. I like to put it right where they tell me to, because I don't know. Sometimes they have things tucked under and a dimensional can get in the way, and I don't want my dimensionals to get in the way. All right, and also that just barely fits there. Okay, take these off. All right, and the next thing tells us, all right, so, well, wait a minute. It didn't tell me to unstick that yet. The next thing tells us to cut 8 inches of the twine, tie it in a bow, stick it onto the back of this tag, okay? See, this is why I like doing this with you all. If I see underneath this bow, there's like this line, that means they put a strip of tape there to hold that in there. You can see the circle here, but you may not have seen exactly what they're talking about. You can tell they put 2 dimensionals here. Hexagons always mean dimensional. That's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so let me get my twine, and it wants 8 inches. Okay. And it's kind of curly when it comes off, so I just, when you rub your fingers on it with the heat, you don't even really have to get it moist. It really straightens it out. So let me get 8 inches, and they've got a ruler down at the bottom. Okay, so 8 inches. There we go. Now, one thing the kit does not come with are scissors. So you will need your own scissors, which most of us have our own scissors. I'm not too worried about that. And I just tie a bow like normal. Except it decided it didn't want to make a bow. There we go. There's my bow. Uh-oh. Yeah, sometimes your tail is really long on one side. I don't want that. Well, I'm starting over. There we go. Okay. There we go. Hopefully that's better. There we go. Now I've got it even. Sometimes you got to try again. Okay, so let's move this over. Find my tag. Here we go. Find my tape, my tear and tape. You don't really need to use the tear and tape. You could use your regular tape runner if you had one, but I like using the supplies because my Paper Pumpkin subscribers might only have this. They may not have other supplies. So I need to lift that up. There we go. Peel that off. And then I'm just going to, place that over. So I want the tails of my bows to come down. I don't need my loops that big. So I'm going to pull them in a little shorter. Okay. But big enough to where they stick up over the top. Come on. Quit being ornery. There we go. So we're going to put that dot right in the middle like that and let the loops kind of come out like that. So it looks like you can see where the bow tie is. I'm not sure I really like that. Oh, well. And then dimensionals on the ends. All right. How are we doing? We got any questions? Oh, thank you, Becky, for sharing the video. Yes, the more you all share, the more people find us and join in on the fun. Okay, now we have the forget-me-not and the tag and our instructions. All right, and it tells me I'm going to put this on top of the flower, okay, inside the card. All right, so I've got my card open. I'm going to put my flower there. There we go. And then I'm going to put this on top of my flower, like right there. Awesome. And then when we close it, okay, so this is what our card looks like. And then when the person opens it, they see this, and you can write your little note here on the side, but also on the back, it's got the meaning of the forget-me-not flower. So isn't that a cute card? And that's all there was to it. Pretty simple. Nice, nice card. Okay, let's do the next one. Clean up a little bit. There we go. This one tells me I need this stamp, which is "You are capable of amazing things." We need the blue card base. And this card base opens like a tent. So it's a tent fold. That's what they call this fold. It's got the lotus on the back. So we've got that. Then we've got the sheet that covers the front. So that covers like that. Then we have the clear epoxy dots. That's what these are. Okay. And it says 3 big ones and 4 little ones. All right. 3 big ones and 4 little ones. We need the ink, of course. We need the block. We need this. Oh, and we need the die, the lotus flower. I punched one out. Where is it? Here it is. All right, come here. Oh, come on. There's that. The tear tape, the dimensionals. Oh, and then this vellum. Okay, this vellum. Now, let me move all this over you and show you what happened when I did their instructions. So their instructions, okay, tell you to put the card base on, or the card layer on, and then to stamp on the lotus flower, the lily pad, and then put the vellum on top. Well, this vellum is too dark. When I tried that, I couldn't see anything. And so I thought, well, I'll stamp on the vellum and see if that's better. So then I stamped on the vellum, and you can kind of see it, but you can't. I'm thinking, this is ridiculous. This is too dark. I'm not doing it this way. All right. So out it comes, and we're going to change things up a wee bit. you can do two things. We can put it together like it suggests with the water over the lily, okay, like that. But even up here is dark. There's no room to stamp up there either. Now, of course, you could stamp on the lotus flower, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the card and stamp inside. We have the extra stamp, and we can put a lotus flower inside with the sentiment. And so that's what I'm going to do instead of trying to stamp on the front of the card. All right. So once again, back to the instructions. All right. So the first thing it tells us to do. Here we go. Is to stamp on the lily pad. Well, I'm not going to stamp on the lily pad. The next thing it tells me to do is to tape my vellum down. Okay. So I'm going to tape my vellum down. Okay. Like that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no, I remember what I was going to do. Okay, to make it even more awesome, we are going to put dimensionals in the corners. So we're going to pop this vellum up. That's what I was going to do. Now, you can kind of see the dimensionals, but because this is such dark vellum, you can't see it. Okay. Going. I've got that one. So I'm going rogue on you guys. This is not what it looks like. I'm going to put one more. No, I'm not. Yeah, as few as possible so that it doesn't mess up, so you don't see too much of it. Okay, so we're going to just line that up like that. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so now our vellum is raised up a little bit to give it a little something extra. And now we can tuck this flower in so that it shows, and a little bit of the lily pads will come out, but we're going to put those up on dimensionals too. I should have probably done that first. Yeah, I probably should have. That's okay. Yeah. Oh, and you can see where I messed up there too. I mean, this was a difficult card to put together this time. So, all right. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So that's the top. Now let's put the tape on this. Okay. All right. Make sure we've got it going the right direction. Of course, you could put dimensionals on this too, but that's all right. I think we got enough. Okay, so now you have the front of the card. Now, see, you can see that dimensional there. So if that bothers you, you may not want to do this one. But right here is where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a block for this stamp. I'm trying to decide which one I want. The big one? Yeah, we'll do the big one. And the size D block always works with these stamps because that's the size they give you. So they don't ever make the stamps any bigger than that. You may have to turn it at an angle, but it's always going to work. Now, remember what I said, these sometimes the ink beads up. So I always put it in the Versamark first. Okay. And then I ink it up. And I am going to kind of come off the page a little bit here. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, and then the sentiment. Now, I had already put the Versamark on here, so I'm not going to redo it because I don't want to get green ink in my Versamark pad. I mean, I could clean it off and do it again, but okay. You're capable of amazing things. So now our card looks like this. So it's different than the one in the instructions because in the instructions, it tells us to stamp on this lily pad. But look, you can't even see that lily pad under that vellum. It's just too dark. So I kind of changed things up for you. I hope this was helpful. One more time, let me show you next month's kit. So if you want to stamp along with me, be sure to subscribe, or you can do them individually. You can pre-order them, and then they send you an email with a activation code, and you send that in, and it sends you your paper pumpkin. And then to get the spiral, you just go into the shop under paper pumpkin or under new items and get your spiral notebook. And like I said, in September, okay, even though they've got November in there, yeah. No, it is November because I won't even get my kit until September. Yeah, the kit doesn't come out till, they don't ship them out until September 12th. So on the last Monday of September, I'll be putting this kit together, and then November 1st, I'll be doing the thanks. Okay, so I messed up in the beginning of this video about that. Okay. All righty, you guys. Yeah, Dana, I know the this is supposed to be a pocket for it, but I didn't like it. I don't think people would, maybe they'd get it to pull it out. I don't know. I just like this idea. If not, you can do it any way you want, obviously. So, but thanks for that. That it could be just a pocket that you stick the lotus flower in. So, like, you would stick this down, and then the lotus flower, you would stamp on it, and then, okay, I'm trying to find all the rest of the lotus flowers. Here they go. So what she's saying is, then you just tuck it in there, and they have to know to pull it out to see the sentiment written on it. I see. So that makes sense. But it's like, how would they know? My question is always, how do they know to pull it out? Because I guess you could put a Post-it note on there to pull it out. I don't know. I'm weird. You all have a blessed night. Let me double check, make sure there's no questions. No questions. Okay. Awesome. I don't see anything. All right. I will see you back here Wednesday morning, and I will hopefully have an idea about what I'll be doing on Wednesday mornings. This Wednesday will be a card challenge because I haven't changed anything yet, and I'm already prepared for it. So, oh. Okay. That's it. Bye-bye.